I just put together that I used to live at Shadow Ridge. Like, and then it just came about shadow work. Mm, mm, okay. Interesting. I'm having to go over all memories while being here in this area. But it feels like I'm on just the edge of the final step. Ah! The higher you vibe, that stuff hits different. Why I oughta. Relaxing. I'm just here listening to nature. Uh. It's great. I got a phone call as well talking about going to a different state. Being with other people. There's an owl over there listening. This is how I feel like I am guided by the universe. Numbers, signs, synchronicities, patterns, all of it, energy. It was like I could have stayed here and worked at a job because I had it lined up to be that way by the time I got here. But like right before I got here, I was offered this. So the crossings of timelines started. And this is where I have to choose which gate to go through. That's why I brought up, okay, shadow work. See, when you do it all and you really complete the game, you can level up, you know. If I don't, then I don't. So I just ask, okay, what is being asked here? And I keep being drawn and asked to come to this other state. So I might. The biggest thing was to work on music, which is what I've always wanted to do. So that was freaking sweet. And the timing that it came across. Ah! Okay. Let's go take a walk. I'm always in the car. Well, not always, but I'm in the car quite often. Sometimes the cold weather is like that. I'll be back, Oxydata. Go. I can look so different in lighting and angles and all that. That's why I don't like pictures and videos and stuff. It's different in person, I'll tell you that. Okay, here we go. I haven't been here before. When I lived out here, I didn't really go many places. I was just work, homebody. I would go out sometimes to the bars or whatever when I drank, but I just never really explored around here. Looks like some welcome to the motherboard type. This is wet, or otherwise you know I would have swung on it already. Okay, this is what I'll be talking about. People, I hope this tree was already in a condition where you did this. This place is surrounded by houses. It's just kind of like in the middle of them, which is cool. Ooh, another owl over there. Ooh, grass. I'm going. I'm always around people. So this has been my first real solitude time. So even though it's been like, holy, what a ride we got here. And not a scratch on me. But it's funny, it's like as soon as I got here, you think it's the end, it's just the beginning. That's how it goes. Once you complete a so-called mission, another one. The healing never stops. Ooh wee, yes, grass. It's like being hugged by nature. What I was trying to say is this solitude is great because when I got here, I was gonna be like, all right, I'll get the so-called job instead of dashing and moving around in this car that I've been having to fight for. Stand next to this tree. And I'd be able to be in my own energy. I was like, great. And there's like, was that a woodpecker? What the heck was that? Okay, that owl just got super loud. It wasn't doing that till just now. Yo, my videos, people might be like, oh, it's boring and they won't watch it. But when you really, I told you, when you really tune in, it's pretty sweet. I'd have to just constantly record because stuff is always happening, but I won't do it to you. You got your own missions. That's so awesome. Oh, I haven't heard nature in a while. It sounds great. I really hope you can hear the owl on the video. That would be sweet, though. But I'd be here in solitude, and just taking this time, and then someone's like, hey, another so-called higher being, they talk of conscious and things of that sort. So, but that means I have to go live with other people's shadows, doesn't it? I hear you, that's so awesome. So, cross between solitude or Dr. Z's gotta go heal some more people. I'm like a traveling nurse, a doctor, whatever, but where's the salary? That's how I broke through this fake world, I guess. The wisdom and truth is really priceless. All these people walking around that, don't have the answers and not doing well for us and have ill intentions, just comfortable, cool, while screwing us over with a smile on your face. That's great. Not great. They're over here just stealing money. Let that marinate. Technically speaking, energetically, I'm the so-called wealthiest. Hold all the jewels. But if my energy looks like this and is stuck in this predicament, that means, I know what's running around here. I know what's circulating. I know what type of entities we got and energies we have. Sweet, okay. But it's not supposed to be like that. What the? What else is there to do? You know? What else? What else? Ow. Greetings! Yo, if those are blue jays, that's freaking wild. Cause I don't know, that'd be ridiculous. I don't think it is, but what we have here. Jumping around. Oh wow, that is one. It is one. That's. Wait, is he making that noise? Whoa. so-called know those were behind me, but I just turned right around to them after listening. Oh, everything is language, everything is just intertwined. Purple flowers everywhere. Nature. Oh. Ouch. Gosh, it's funny to be barefoot. Trying to walk on this terrain with my feet, my arches, and these shoes. Here we go. Oh yeah. So cute. Grass is very wet. Greetings, tree. May they not cut you down. Pull or mess you up. You live a long life. We need taller trees in here, you feel me? So, the opportunity has cometh across, which means the cross of shadow work and living the dream. It's right here. It's like this. Right as I did it. Ooh, 1717. Ah. It feels surreal, but also like it's about mother time. I prefer silence, but as I've said before, if I have to use words, I translator for the cosmos. Majestic. I have to pay off this land bill, so I'm making sure that I got that covered. The car got an oil change. I'll need another tire soon. But it sounds like we're going to be moving onward. We'll see how this goes. Staying ahead because these entities try to come for me. I haven't even shown you all, like, all of it. I'm showing you videos of some of it. But, like, at all times, I have to just protect myself. protect it all. Gosh, I haven't been able to do this in a while. I've been around people just talking and lying, manipulating, not taking accountability. I mean, I don't know, like I said, I've done all the work. I've had high intuition since I got here. I just didn't know the terms. So now that I've learned all the terms, I know the psychological standpoint, I know what I'm working with. Wow. Cute. I love nature. Art. Pow. Girl. I had to get another temporary permit. They didn't have a place. That's okay. I'm always moving the tectonics, regardless. Metaphorically. Real life. All the time. Everything is connected. But that connection spot, like all the web, ding. If I stayed around people, I was in this society, you think I'd be what I am? Or say the things I am? Or in the person, entity, spirit that I am? No! I'm always in front of people. Or shadows. So, just like an eclipse. Bye, son. Also, in nature's perspective, I would never create mosquitoes. That's some operational stuff right there, because just to suck blood to keep going. No, no. I like to go out in nature. I like to be in nature, surrounded, embraced, wherever. But it's interesting. You go outside, as soon as you're outside, zzz, 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 attack. Makes you want to go back inside. It's like freaking war. Why did you do that? Makes us all disconnected. And you all disconnect from the source. See this? Kindness. Do it. Or else we're not gonna make it. If you want to know where source is and around all of this and your actions and your decisions and all that, it goes somewhere. Nothing ever leaves. I have gone through the grids, okay? Through the grids. All the timelines. I have found the hologram. That is not nature. Ha! Blasphemy. I shouldn't have to be in this predicament. But because of what has been created. Oh! Because if I was going to create an entity in this much light, I wouldn't create a place for this entity to be in this predicament or this space. I just chose this entity, this life, because it was going to be the hardest one. but I had to take it on, and I'm very honored to do so because I get the most truth. I get the truth. Cool. What is that? Ooh, that looks like a little blue light. uh, wow, sweet timing. Cardinal. Okay. I hear you. Oh my gosh, you're so cute and tiny. Oh my god. The day we used to be able to just interact with the animals and creatures. And I get it why they all run off, run away. You people are like, squirrel dinner. They're like, I gotta get the f out of here. Everything. Like, everything has to run for its life around here. What is happening? Animals eating animals, people eating animals, just eating each other. Oh, somebody help. The, the teaching, the schools, the system, all of it. All of it. Everything. The structure, the bill, like, this is all slow. It's so slow. Like, nothing we live in is advanced. Nature is always advanced. All these people, like, with the coats on, the trenchery, the trench coats, the so-called degrees, the laws, the bars, cuz just screwing over humanity and the animal, everything. Comfortable. Not cool. I just see people swirling, whirling around, just going in circles, doing nothing for real. Doing nothing. Not realizing we're supposed to contribute to the nature because it gives to us. Until colonizers took it and they were like, that's why we need land to grow our stuff for real and become real indigenous. We're supposed to be indigenous. Everybody been, stop it, blah, 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 ha, 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 ha. You're not going to be laughing when they do all this 20-minute, you can't go anywhere outside the border type stuff. You have to eat whatever they give you, if they give you enough. People who were laughing a while ago at all this, now they're going to start being like, wait a second. Oh, maybe she was right. Shout out to Jeff. Jeff! The Jeff Berwick, I hope I didn't say that wrong, but he's dope. I'm hoping one day, even though they've entrapped me here in the United States, I hope one day we come across our energies of something. Good work with the Tesla. It's pretty sweet. But you do need to go plant-based because you all don't realize you're putting poison in your bodies, you know, and then relying on something else to take it out. If you use the medicine correctly and well, you don't need it. But it is a good tool. If you notice, all the real smart ones learn from nature. Maybe I'm doing this video so you can feel my energy more. And I only record and do this stuff when I feel guided. It's just, like I said, it's constant like this. But I was like, let me pause and show. This is all I'm doing this for, is to show people the journey. So by the time, I get there, or something happens, they'll be like, wait, what? What did you do? Blah, blah, blah. What is the awakening? Ah! I gave you the answers to the test. I gave you the answers to the test. Something just buzzed in my ear. The buzz. Thank you. Gracias. Mayengo. Mayengo. Oh, the birds are turning up. Yo, let's take it back to the villages. Let's take it back to the source. Because this, like, depressing, misery, crabs in a bucket, like, all that, the psychotic behaviors. Can we just put a stop to it? Because it'd be a much better place if we were all just chilling and cool and had our own stuff and it was all equal and fair. Like, we were doing too much. Let's be part robots. What even is that, you guys, girls, entities? What is that? They make you feel like it's so depressing, or you can't even have a human experience. You haven't even had a human experience for real, and you already want to turn into a robot. What the actual? Land, grow our own, build our own houses, work as community and village us all over again, bring back Africa, let's go. Hear me out. Pay for the land, no more bills, no more using their money. We just do a barter system. We have everything for free. Nature supplies, it's already here. Let's get it. Crime goes out the way. Nobody's fighting for stuff. I just heard a big pow. Everybody's more equal. It's balanced. There's no, I got more, I got less, whatever. Make it equal, balanced, fair. That's what the scales are about. Justice is making real equality. Wow, there were no gunshot sounds until I said this. What the? Yo, what? I wasn't tripping, dude. Yo, that was 2 blue jays. 3, 3, 3, 3. That was 2 blue jays. I heard in the background. I was like, dang. And then they flew. 2 of them. Right here. Right in front of me. And then they were like, started going nuts. And then they fly up and one goes this way. And the other one stayed here and was like, and then flew over there. Ah, see what I'm saying? Action-packed real life. People ask me why I'm so happy or I'm hype or I look just like going down the street. Because I'm in here. I'm living this. This is my reality. I told you I could be in the same space, but we're not in the same area. Pretty sweet. That was awesome. Yes. Also saving the animals and their home and giving them a place to stay. Isn't that freaking dope? It saves the animals, it saves us. The planet, the universe, the cosmos. First plane. No chemtrail. Flying low. Doesn't look like a regular airport plane. So like one of those crop planes or something. Woo! They've been taking everything from us. The land, sources. The time is now. The time is up. Because this is just a planet of slavery, and it's, I mean, you could be free like a bird like me, that's freedom. That's what I'm saying. I can look at the world and be like, dang, this place is whack. But then also where I, as in the human aspect, get stuck or pause that, because I'm working. This is a battle. They be trying to disguise it, but I'm showing you all what I gotta deal with, and then I gotta deal with the entities every time I walk in somewhere. All over the place. It's a constant battle everywhere, everything. You all can't drive either. If we get more conscious, you get more clarity, we do less dumb things. Gotta have the conscious to do it. I'm telling you, it's a much better place. It's much more fun. It's much more thrilling. It's awesome. It's enlightening. It's just sweet. And it feels good, It really does. It feels great. No attachments, like nothing making you feel like whack. I mean, some things do, I guess, in a sense, but that would be the you seeing through stuff part. If we set up the world properly, we'd all be dancing around, singing around the campfire probably. But until then, I'm letting you all know that's the vision. That's the goal here. Everybody's true indigenism, and if you do right as your spirit, you won't do weird things. Trust me, I've had to go and feel, pretty much almost die and come back in nature when I super power dosed on some capsules and I went out of body. My vessel, I had to go out the vessel and just straight become source, and I took on everything. It was like it blasted my body, the amount of energy in volts. And from there, it was like, okay, I can see like the life, death, the cycles, and realizing what this place so-called is. And then, when I got back into the human vessel, it was like, all right, I just take that consciousness and that source and translate it. So people get confused, like, oh, no, you're a human. I'm like, absolutely not. I mean, partially, but you're like part animal, part processed, part nanotech, part whatever's left of so-called human, not much percentage. But since I've been eating the plant-based so-called lifestyle, I've been going back to the natural so-called human, ancient. I can read through the Anunnakis. I tap into it because I'm of it. I'm embodying it. I'm eating of it. We share the same conscious. So, and it only goes up for here. It only goes up for me. And it's interesting to be able to live this and experience it and see it and know it. And then you can't just be like, hey, person, wake up, see this. You can't. It's much bigger than that too. Through people's karmas, what they've done, their soul journey. They have to go through all that, and it can be multidimensional. It's really important to find your soul, find yourself, find source, because otherwise your soul will be lost for a very long time, because no one out here is showing you or teaching you all how to do that. They just say, here, go to school, learn how to be a slave, and go out there, and best of luck to you, even though we know we've set it up for you not to be successful. And really the only thing we're all fighting for is a place to stay, eat. Like, that's the basic resource of so-called survival. Well, all those things come for free in nature. We just got to get rid of the colonizing. And none of these so-called presidents, which are puppets, are not going to do anything. So-called everything that was set up, so-called government, that's fake and an illusion. You don't need that either. Like I said, you do the work, the spiritual work, and those who don't, well, you won't exist, you won't be here long. But life keeps on giving, and you stay alive when you do the work and treat your temple, your vessel, properly. We'll be here for a while, so then you start thinking, well, we need futuristic thoughts. We need things that last. We need generational wealth. Ah, that's where the land and the food and all that comes from, because we're all slaving away because we don't have that, because the true indigenism has been taken away. Sweet train. So knowing all that and then living and existing in this is like, oh, it's completely backwards. Completely. I shouldn't even be in this. So I mean, like, I am, but you know what I'm saying. Like, a vessel like this, an entity of light like this, the conscious knowing this more than doctors, psychologists, therapists, everyone who says they have a degree here, like, forget about it. I'm living science. I'm my body, my conscious. I'm doing things that people haven't even researched or talked about. They're all over here making fake bugs in a laboratory. We got smart people doing dumb things. And they tell you that's a degree, doing dumb things. Like, why would we do that? I got a degree in brainwashing. That's fantastic. I graduated high school a year late, but on purpose, on time, 2012. Forget about it. Slavery at its finest. Ah, gather around, kids. Wow, I hear water back here. Hold on. Skirt. What do we have back here? Wow, look at this lusciousness. Doesn't you just want to, like, bathe in it, lay in it? Some kind of little bit of water. I hear it back there. I love it, the noise. And the more we listen to natural sounds like nature, the more our bodies will be relaxed and calm. Because everything, like, creates anxiety and no hope. But all the sounds that, like, well, most of the sounds that we hear are very unnatural. So you take in things through your senses, so what you're listening to, and those give off frequencies too. So it hits your body. Everything just So when you listen to more like natural sounds instead of all these fake artificial noises, it helps balance you back out, because you're like, oh, you're going back to source. You're going back to the hertz. You're going back to that 432. You know, sometimes 528. But oh, 4444. Yeah. It's been a hot second, but everybody else want to watch shorts of people doing like different dances or whatever. It's just, it's such a waste. So I was like, let me just put this on the internet to give people the vibe of what we should be on in real life. Living in real life. Because that's how we truly connect, not by this, because nobody's real on here anyways, and followers don't really mean anything. It's not like they're your friends. you know. So all this is just an illusion. What's real is, that's why I've been off social media for years and all that, because I've been living in real life. So, and that's really where we meet. That's where we connect. That's what I be doing. Moving around, traveling, and going where I'm supposed to. Doing the healing work for the collective. Because if one of us isn't healed or one of us is sick, then technically we all are, because it affects all of us. In a way, like if you have people, I guess, like, if you have people functioning imbalanced, well, they're still gonna be in this so-called vicinity, and it affects you. Like if I gotta come across someone who's not that wise, well, I have to battle consciousness, because they're already brain set and have the factory settings, and that's all they got. So what I say or do, it's not gonna matter. It's not going anywhere. Cannot compute. Also wasn't relatable because no one would hear what I'm saying. I was saying things that people, we weren't at that level yet. Like there wasn't enough so-called energetic awakenings, if you will, at that time. So I had to just bounce, take a second and then come back like I always do. Gosh. Let me just show this just in case, because they've been trying to really, really blow me up like a cartoon mushroom. I'm gonna see if I can put pictures later on, but this is just like my engine. They sold it to me, just engine hanging out. The struts completely rusted. I mean, done. I tried to get an alignment in the beginning, which I shouldn't have to do. If I just got a car, I should not have to try to get an alignment. I'll tell you that. And they told me that the bar or whatever is just so rusted that they couldn't do it. They'd have to do like extra stuff. I was just like, wow. Like as soon as I got this car, it was costing me like they're trying to get $3,500. Like it's costing me way more. Like, I've had to put in thousands of dollars into this car just to make it okay for me to drive. Couldn't register for like at least 3 months. I had to pay extra fees on that. The AC and heat or whatever that said. The radio doesn't work, even though they stated it did. Like this car's it's had so many issues. And the company that screwed me over is just like, make your next payment and we're gonna repossess it. And I haven't been in this predicament before, because I mean I've never had to deal with this. This is just off the charts. Like that's why I said I live in people's actions. And then I have to be the one to teach and correct or say the right thing, because I'm real law. So everything's fair and just and truth. So again, people's actions I have to take on, and then, hey, can you not do that? This is why we have bad business here. This is why America sucks. Because nobody does right. My aligners supposed to come in the mail, but only when I said, hey, send it here because I'm out of town. I told them I'm out of town. They still sent them without my consent, which they were supposed to wait for. I couldn't go get them because they came to St. Louis and I was stuck in New Mexico. Or, there in New Mexico to do more spiritual work. And by the time I got here, they were sent back, and I've had to call the mail people, all kinds of stuff, just because people mess up. And here I go, doing people's jobs, doing everybody's jobs. Again, where's my payment? Hi, Birdie! Hi! Oh my gosh, so cute. Oh, so cute and tiny. Yeah, I just had to talk to them and let them know, hey, yo, like, this is why we have problems. Nobody can do right. See, everybody who's got a contract, it'll be real freaking quick to be like, oh, you didn't make a payment. Oh, you didn't do this. Real fast. I mean, they will screw you over so fast. But when they mess up, that doesn't exist all of a sudden. They can violate and do all kinds of stuff. Every corporation. Everything here is a corporation. If they have a uniform on, it's a corporation. Talk about you red and blue lights too. Like, everybody is a gang member, cult member, something, mafia. Like, this whole place is a freaking trafficking system. They try to hide it. Everything is. It's wild. And all of it's poison. But I had to tell them, yo, we gotta work in our heart space because this isn't working. Like, everybody also, because your entity, when you were born, you were created as such too. So you're as a business. So entities as a business, doing business, America, it's not going well. Like, it's wild. Nobody here wants to do right. I'm witnessing it. I'm watching it. Even the legal system, because I have to do that too. I have to act as a freaking Earth Angel lawyer because people are attacking Earth as well. But what I was saying with the aligners is it's taking longer to align. This thing's on the line, all the attachments, you know. It still is what it is, but it's because of other people. My smile is deep, okay? I can only align when I've aligned all the parts. I was like, are you all gonna compensate or anything? Because you all got paid in full already. You all gonna do anything about Aligner 32, or, you know, are you just saying, oh, we messed up, whatever, we'll send them to you and then you'll get them? Like, no, because this is taking up how long? And you've already been paid fully. And it's taking up my time, like I said. Yes, this stuff is real. People will not take accountability or realize their actions affect people way more than they think they do. Everyone. So they were just like, oh, we're gonna send it back. I'm like, yeah, that's regular protocol. Like, of course you have to send my product, but what are you gonna do to make up for my time or how you've taken up my energy and frustration and caused me energetic stress or extra energy that costs? So you see how I'm so freaking so-called poor? I got the richest conscience, but I live in a society that would make me on the bottom of the spectrum. Because why would anybody want to listen to me? The truth, huh? Because of the brainwashing? So I let them know, yo, 54. If you all don't compensate in a way, then I'm going to have to come at you lawfully, because I am so tired of everybody just screwing someone over and be like, oh, and then just trying to move on, and that person has to live with that. Like, we're all living in trauma. Like, it's a cycle of doing it to each other. It's messed up. It really is. So we got to break the cycles of that, you know. And I've talked to the Attorney General's office of Missouri about the St. Louis auto sales company too, who sold me this car, who screwed me over, who won't do anything about it, doesn't care about my safety, just nothing. Just, where's my payment after you screwed me over, and hearing what I have to go through. It's about to be 5555. Hit me. Wow. I just really hit record and started going. I'm just channeling, of course, what needs to be heard for my safety too, because as you can see, literally with every corporation, because they want me to work as the corporation too, the slave name. I work in my indigenous name. That's where the spiritual work comes from. They do not want Gaia to exist. Ooh, my stomach's growling. I got apples. I got this salad. Ah, it's good. It's good. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. Like, this just feels so awesome and natural and amazing. This is what Earth is supposed to be, you know? Just all of us working in unison, all of our mind's eyes, source, the tool, open so we can align the cosmos and the Earth and the people, everything, animals, all of just everything together. We can work in harmony. We're reconstructing the universe, not just Earth, and it's so exciting to be a part of it. That's why I'm so grateful for this timeline. Like, just being here, this the shadow version, the ego, whatever, the entity, the slave name, the government, the under the Catholic law. Oh my gosh, Father John Paul. Creepy. Ooh, anyways. I wouldn't have be able to become this entity. I felt it and I didn't know how to express it because I just knew that I was seeing other dimensions. Didn't know that word. I was seeing outside the veil. I was seeing outside the box. And at the time I didn't know how to say it. I didn't know intuition. I didn't know psychic. I didn't know these things. I just knew that I just knew things, and I was like looking around and feeling that nobody else did, and I felt very isolated, and I was like, dang, and then seeing what we live in, just everything, just ding ding, this the awakening, I guess. And that was the start when I was here. And I had to leave the so-called relationship I was in, but it was kind of mutual. But in that time of me just saying hey, I need a second, because I didn't know how to express it, I was like, I just feel like I'm bigger than this. I get it, you in the Air Force and stuff, but look, I'm flying right now. I didn't know I was going astral. I felt I remember being yo, I want to eat healthier. I was already in that space. 58. So at that time, it was I couldn't communicate to my so-called partner, yo, I'm elevating and I'm ascending. And I always felt this thing too, I was, my soul was married, because I'm very particular. I don't like people. I don't like people touching me. I've been like this since I was little, literally put my hands up, I'm very protective of it. And so really when I love, it's I'll really love you, you know. And I was like, yes, I love you, but I just felt like I was beyond that. I embody love, and it was something that I could never really get back, because how could they, you know, if you have shadow work, you have things you got to do. And I got that. I got it. I'm like, okay. My love just felt very big, and I've had to learn what to do with it. Or where it comes from. That's been this whole journey. So yeah, it's pretty it's pretty great. Like I said, I'm really grateful for this lifetime. It's been really magical. Just thinking about where I was, uh, so-called who I was, what I was at that time, and now being here is like, I see why I didn't want to be in any relationships at all. Like, I don't like anybody. I got asked if I was gay or liked girls all the time growing up, or I just don't like people. I was just like, you don't know what love is, you just don't. And just how people operate. I'm like, I don't want anything to do with what you're doing, how you do it. And then it's, oh, you think you're better than people? Oh, I just don't want to do these things. And they're messed up anyways, but you're just like, it's part of the human experience. No, thank you. Like, I don't want to do that. I'm not trying to learn that lesson. My soul's so wise and ancient. It's like, oh, I'm not doing that. I've already learned those lessons. You're all living them throughout all of our consciousness. Like, that's why I said we got to do the work, because we're all connected. You mess up, it's going to affect the collective. So it's a lot of work, but we can get there. I promise you, we can get there. But it's interesting and majestic. The mystery life. The misfit who can't be a misfit, because I can't even fit. And miss me with it. Like everybody, it's funny, all these people rolling around right now, still part of the program. It's so funny, seriously, to like be of source, just be right here, and I'm in everybody's freaking face. But it's great, because I see people's true colors. I blend right on in. And if you really hate me, or you got some jealousy, or whatever, it's gonna come out. I chose this entity for a reason. And it's way deeper than people would have realized, see? Because the so-called bloodline and family line and timeline and all that interconnects. And you really, when I go through the DNA, and I said I was going to change my DNA in 2015. I knew I meant it. So I'm going to change my DNA. And I already felt disconnected from the name, just everybody, the family, everything. I was like, get away from me, demons. Pure survival! Really, survival though. Survival mode. But I went through that, and it brings you, I've literally been brought through the lands. I travel, just going through every disc in the spine, like a real Cairo practitioner would, you feel me? Egyptian. But, nope. If I run into people, they put me in the employee box. Oh, I'm assuming you're white, Caucasian. Again, you assume wrong. And if I listened to you all, or I would have stayed in this program, I would have been told that's what I am, and that I'm a Pisces and all that. Yeah. Turns out I'm everything and beyond. Aquarian. And more. Every zodiac, every constellation, all of it. You become the source. It's only the lessons that you become the zodiac, and your spirit's got to go through all that. But like I said, ascended one here. I just didn't physically die. I'm still here. Because we got work to do, people. And Source really loves Source. I really love this. I love doing it. You all make it a little difficult, but what is it without a challenge in the Hunger Games? It reminds me of this one time I was in California, and I got on this train. This dude was wearing like a rice hat, and he would obviously look 8, like just gone. Just Skid Row done. But not that bad, actually. He wasn't at that point. But just, mentally, just everybody be like, all right, loop-de-loops. But I was on like the other side of the train, and he just was like, he looked at me, he was like, Katniss? And only I thought it was funny because the whole train's over here like, Katniss. Like, what are you talking about? Just like, not even entertaining it. And I just spiritually, like, felt, I felt his, like, the spirit behind it, because like I said, I'd be talking to demons or whatever, shadows, whatever, all the time. Because that's what consumes people. That's all that comes out. I'm not talking to the real life source, because if I was, it'd be a conversation, but usually it's not. And also source of recognized source. I'm like, if you don't like get hype or jump when you see me, I'm like, all right, well, same, because I do the same, by the way. But if you don't, then it's like, all right, Peter Pan, what shadow we got this time, Stuff is so, it's so great. It really is. I love it so much. We've been doing the work, and this is what I've been working towards since my soul, the divine energy. I gotta become, all of it to know what it is to become a mom, a so-called figure, a fatherly figure, a child, a grandma, like all of it. And then beyond the earth, like creatures, animals. Because the more you all eat sacrificed cows, the more you all keep eating sacrifice rituals. They're the most sacred, like super sweet, chill, non-defensive animal. And they're like, it's the most convenient to eat. It's not going to defend itself. Let's go ahead and feed it to the masses. Oh, that's not even real meat, but, or whatever. Look. Well, can you get over your egos and just accept the fact that fruit slaps, vegetables and all that, it goes hard. Alright, and then by then, when we all get on the same page of eating fruits and vegetables, right? Then it's better for the planet. Then that'll be working on our oxygen, because we got to get to that as well. And with doing that, and by planting these things, and all of us, like I said, we all get our own land, or we share it because it's all one, We get, okay, I'll grow this, we trade, we barter, whatever, like, it's no problem. We won't feel the need to have to hoard or be greedy. All the stuff that keeps us low vibration, the original system is to keep us up in a higher vibration. So if we're all growing that stuff, and we're growing trees, our oxygen levels change, and then so will our DNA and everything with it. Thus it creates us to move forward with our next generations, equals aka us, right? Because once you've done all the work, that's what we don't really have here, and that's why the so-called twin flame and the human perspective is important, because we show humanity what real love is, what the work is, and how to be divine. It's real relationships, like it's a real divine source. So when divine source creates other life, it's source, it's just the source, it's us. So it's pretty dope. But everybody's having so-called sin or whatever babies because they haven't done the work on themselves, and then that gets passed in the DNA genetically, and then it just keeps going on, and that's how we get the patterns and the loops and all of us going around, because people's decisions, ideas, corporations, businesses, they're all circulating in the same thing. So we have to undo those patterns, right? It's really great. It's a majestic paradise. It's set up, like this planet really is special, but we really have to get on the same God source here. And just because some of us are so-called high vibration or a little ahead just because we're older souls, it's like, just do the work. I mean, you can only be mad at yourself. I gotta deal with it all the time. Everybody's trying to do a spiritual challenge. Like, they want to be the smartest in the room. And it's like, if you're the smartest, like, you're content. Like, you're chilling. You don't have to sit here and do all that. So it's like it shows itself, and then you're obviously not the smartest in the room. You know, like the smartest, the truth will know the truth. So all you pretending and putting masks on, like, because we're already here, and there's no fooling us now. I've already awakened past the point where like the puppeteering won't work at all. I'm really hyped. Like, all I want to do is just, I guess this is my natural instinct, but all I want to do is just bring the water back, unpollute things, wash stuff like I usually do as nature, cleanse this stuff, raise us to a high vibration as we raise the elevation, you know, and frequencies of everything, and get the magnetic force back into the right place, and we'll be good. We got a chance here. Oh, sweet. I hope I'm getting it right on the camera, or else you're gonna be just looking at nothing but this. Two of them flying across. That's really the answer and stuff you all are trying to get to, is just really stop doing the dark stuff, so-called the shadowy weird stuff. Like, you can't lie to anything because it's here, it's circulating, it's gross. And I'm telling you, it's a much freer place to be in. It's fantastic. It's great. It's fantastic. Like, it's heaven. It really is. And you all really sitting here wondering, trying to pray and do all this other stuff. If you even do that. I'm giving you the answers. You all just have to stop doing things and start doing things. We have to work at a higher vibration. It's real simple and it's real great. You'd think such a complex conscious would be complex, but no, it's so complex that it makes it simple. Everything here can be so much more simple if you all just stop operating the way that you're operating. Because I'm doing a lot of work. You realize that as nature and beyond, I gotta take all that on and still try to survive, be out here doing what you all are doing. None of you are doing this at this capacity and still doing that. You all are hussing, fussing, and doing the so-called low vibrations off of things that are, you haven't even reached the freaking pinnacle yet. Not even close. You haven't even gotten real work. You haven't even tried to do real work. Wow, big bumblebee. Hi. Cute. Yeah. I'm gonna get back to making this money so I can do this land payment. Because that's the most important thing to me. Is getting this land. Even though I'm not supposed to be paying. Like I said, we can go into law. But that'll work itself out. Justice and the God source is here, so you know everybody will be exposed. I'm always doing my part just so that they can't try and do what they do, but justice will always be in my favor, and people don't realize the more they try to screw other people over or do anything unjust, that it's just going to come back to them. So you would know that if you're an old soul. That's why you choose to do good high vibrational things, because you know the low vibrational things that you don't want to deal with that. Let's see, what should we end it on? Like, what note? What note should we end this on? The bird's note? And this is how I get guided and all that. Like, all the people who so-called even knew me back then, they didn't even know these things in me because they never saw these aspects of me. I knew they existed. So I was like, I'm real humble. I'm real humble in this mug. And yes, I know you all knew I was different because I am. Nobody can say that I wasn't. I hit different. I hit different subtly. I was a so-called virgin when I had relations with this dude for the first time. It was, again, longest relationship, but the so-called real relationship I had. We didn't have so-called sex for a while, though. We waited. Give him that. Waited, but I knew he wanted to make out with girls. ah! Ah! Don't let me start. But now it's just, it's so interesting. It's like now I haven't had sex for this long, whatever. It's freaking fantastic. Gosh, you 5 minute, 1 minute, 3 minute. Oh, trust me, I'm really doing myself a favor. But it's like I'm a reborn Virgin Mary over here. And that's why I shall attract, since I've done the work, I shall attract my soul divine counterpart. Like, I'm getting kind of excited though. Oh my god, this is really it. Like, I can see it in the system. We're almost there. And these are my so-called tests or whatever. And I feel guided and pushed. Like, okay, we'll do this. Or things will just work out that way. It's just, it's sweet. But I'm gonna get to moving because I'm always working with the light. You know what I'm dealing with out here all the time. Nature, God source, all of it. We love you so much. Do the work. Stay tuned because I'm bringing you all with me as long as possible until they try to cancel me or something. But you are loved. We are loved. We got the chakras moving. We got the Kundalini. We got the Merkaba. We got the angels. We got the squat. Alright.